So yeah, but with that, let's start looking at some of the latest headlines regarding Arsenal. People, let's make my timestamp. Latest headlines. Easy. What do you think of the Grealish leaving rumours? Would you have him here? I would have him here. You know, give up already at City. I don't know if you're not enjoying your football, why not? But I wouldn't want to give up already. Maybe he doesn't enjoy the scrutiny. Maybe obviously Pep gives freedom, but it's very structured. The things you're praised for at Villa, not necessarily at City. I did see his comments last year that and even to be honest, Pep is encouraging him to have. He keeps saying to have the balls to take people on. He's comments at the end of last season that sometimes he hasn't taken that risk because he's scared of losing the ball, and obviously that could harm you. And players like that are gonna lose the ball. You're gonna have to take risks. It's not always gonna bang. People need to understand that agents do it to drum up a new contract. That's true. Already, and to be honest, City are not getting their 100 million back. You never know. Maybe Todd Burley will do a thing, but they're not getting that back right now. So I don't know if they're on that. I don't know. I wouldn't want to give up already, really. I'd want to stay at City if I'm honest. Definitely where you see what's going on with Aston Villa, but it's down to them really. We'd have to, truthfully, we're just gonna have to see. But yeah, man, getting into some of these things for real. Let's look at what's going on here. Let's start with you know what? Let's put that over there. Let's start here. Oh, you lot can't even see. Heard a rumor that Arsenal would make a move for Grealish next summer. His value is around 52 million. Grealish a quality player, but and he's kind of better than what we have. He can play off the left, play centre mid, long term, can play as a 10, but I don't know, man. Is that necessarily the wisest of option? I don't know. And he's signed a 6-year deal, so I don't really buy that. And he's just joined. Pardon me. Again, I do think obviously Mudryk is getting a lot of advisors. The more you scout a player, the more you learn his strengths and weaknesses. So you shouldn't necessarily get excited when you see a Premier League scouts are looking at players. That's a job. You're not going to get excited if a postman turns up at your door to deliver the post, unless you're waiting on a package really that you really want. But Premier League side scout Ukrainian winger in Scotland defeat. Obviously, apparently Tierney played well. Scouts from more than half of the Premier League were in Glasgow on Wednesday to watch Ukraine. 90-minute understands with Shakhtar Donetsk winger Mudryk, the main target of interest. I mean, he's wanted by Arsenal. He's wanted by Everton. Brentford looked at him as well. You hear Spurs and Juventus. Fabrizio Romano said there's a whole list of teams abroad and here that are up for him. So obviously, you're going to scout him. The more you watch a player, the more you know his strengths, his weaknesses, his mentality, his adaptability, and crucially, if he'll fit into your team. That's all scouting is really. So we shouldn't really get excited off that. But we all know he was a target for Brentford. He's done well in the Champions League and things like that. A number of Premier League sides have expressed an interest in Mudryk, who Arsenal have to agree a thing with him. Numerous scouts were there long term, and there's a couple of other Ukrainian players that they were probably looking at. Scouts from Arsenal and Chelsea were at Hampden Park solely to get a closer look at Mudryk, people. So we'll have to see. And also members of the recruitment departments from Brentford, Brighton, Everton, Leeds, Newcastle, West Ham, and Wolves were all in attendance. It's understood that most clubs were keeping an eye on Mudryk, but also this other done people. So we'll have to see, really. And also they could have been looking at brothers that are playing for Scotland as well. So we'll have to see. Big up the lady side. That was more for my personal reading. Tierney got in trouble for removing his armband. Apparently, he did that in the Europa League against Zurich, and he did it for Scotland people. Obviously, the armband's being wore for the Queen. I don't know. Maybe there was blood circulation getting cut off. No skin off my nose. I don't really care about that, really. Big up Balogun people. He's relishing life on loan, and he wants to follow in the trajectory of Saliba. He said, the ideal scenario would be for me to play well, improve as a player, and go back into Arsenal's first team. I don't know if you're ready, but hopefully you can do all you can to convince Arteta you are. I'm aware it's never going to be easy. I've got to stay hungry and see what happens. And then he said it was a bit of a stop-start for me. I'm at an age now where it's really important to play regularly. I mean, off the bench for England against Italy, I think you've shown why you won't be ready. The hardest decision in life is to make the right decision, and he didn't really get many opportunities to score, so I could understand why he took it. But if he squared it, they probably could have got one. So yeah, he's 21 years of age, man. The only thing is you never really get time, and there's never a perfect scenario to put players in. This season, it was important to choose a team where I could play and show what I can do. There are also not many English players in France, so it felt like a different challenge. Hopefully it pays off. Amen, bro. Hopefully you can become a good Arsenal first team player, or if not, we make decent money, reinvest, keep it moving. Tomiyasu says he's not satisfied after losing his right back spot to Ben White, but warns he'll work hard to get my position back. I love it. I love it, Tomiyasu. I love it. I love it. And I do like the fact that Arteta kind of said, away from you not playing for obvious reasons, that you know, the fact that we're taking our time with managing your workload, but I do want to see you play a lot more. I won't lie. He said, what is required in this league is quite high, and I'm not satisfied. When you look at the players selected as starters in the Premier League games, you understand what is required to be there. I'll work hard in order to get my position back. So, yeah. And obviously, Arteta said, we are really happy that we are loading some minutes into him and he's responding really well. He has been training now for weeks without any issues, which is the first period he's been able to do that in the last 6 or 7 months. And you can see the way he played today when he came on. I think he was really good. So, yeah, hopefully you can do your thing. Apparently, Arsenal and Liverpool are 2 of 4 Premier League sides interested in signing Villarreal's Alex Buena, and the Spanish side fear his lowly release clause could see him leave. The 21-year-old does look quite decent, on the ball and things like that. He played in the Segunda last year. He appeared in all 38 league games and got 5 goals along the way. He scored 6 goals in his first 10 across all comps this year, people, and he can play on the left as well as the right. He is Spanish, like the coaching staff. He is only 21. So maybe these are things. And if we are looking for wingers, you should be looking everywhere in every division as possible, as far as Arsenal's resources in terms of scouting and the budget to allow these scouts to book games and flights and hotels and all the logistics is. If we're looking for wingers, you're going to see wingers of all different sorts linked with us. Neto, Mudryk, Gakpo, Noah Lang. Look at it, Rafinha at the time. Look at all the different varieties of players of statures and where they are in their careers. Naturally, this guy's going to pull up on the radar, really. Apparently, interestingly, what makes the left winger statistics all the more impressive is the fact that 6 of those goals in the league and the Europa Conference League have come in just 386 minutes of action. That equates to a goal every 61 minutes across those comps. But is that sustainable? So I have to see. He's under contract until 2025. So we'll have to see, really and truly. Fabrizio Romano has claimed the wing is one of 2 positions Arsenal will seek to address in January. The other is central midfielder. I hope so, but wish it just said Romano's comments. What is this specifically saying, folks? Saka obviously got England Player of the Year. Is it a sympathy award potentially? But big up Bakay. You deserve it, mate. You had the flipping bottle to take the pen. Calm. Arsenal face a battle with Liverpool for 40 million rated Shakhtar star Mudryk. It's been reported Saliba is set to be offered a new 5-year deal, and he's set to be offered fresh terms on a deal until 2027 following his impressive start to the campaign, people. I'm surprised Ben White isn't in that squad as well. Apparently, a Spanish outlet speaking on 2 English clubs first and Leon Bell, but Arsenal are favourites to land Grealish if Man City decide to cut their losses next summer. That's according to this outlet, people. So make of that what you will. I don't know if that's sustainable, really, but we'll have to see. So yeah, big up Balogun. We've seen them on recomments. But yeah, he's been tipped to stay at City. So make of that what you will. Big up Arsene Wenger. The rest is history. Paul Merson said, don't take Sancho World Cup. Bit harsh. Ferguson called us babies. You lot are cheaters. And Real's a gearhead. So what we saying now? Anyways, Tierney turns to Scotland teammate in pursuit of guidance over new Arsenal role. Tierney has admitted he has turned to a Scotland teammate, Greg Taylor, for tips over his new position at Arsenal. He's been brilliant, inverted fullback, and that's how we are playing down there. So I'm watching him every week, trying to take tips from him, and it's been brilliant to see him doing well and he showed that against Brentford. Tierney, he's a great guy. I'm really close to him. I speak to him a lot, so I'm buzzing for him. We watch each other's games and always text each other after games. It's a new role for me and a role he's really comfortable in. It's great to watch him. He has been one of Celtic's best players this season. Greg's attitude is brilliant, and I'm delighted to see him doing so well. A great guy, deserves all the credit. Fair enough. Wonder how many footballers do that. Tierney, what's this? Oh, it's just leveraging the fact that he had a good game against Ukraine. Cool enough. I mean, we know Richarlison. Well, Tottenham wanted Gabriel Jesus, and as did Chelsea. And apparently, we were looking at Richarlison along with them. He says Arsenal and Chelsea wanted him before he joined Tottenham. I mean, you probably bottled the expectations at Chelsea. Obviously, Arsenal weren't in the Champions League, and maybe the Conte factor, really and truly. What has he specifically said? I was on holiday in Brazil when I heard that Tottenham had made Everton an offer. I was really happy. Where's the Arsenal bit? I was really happy because they're a huge team. Then it was all about the clubs negotiating a deal. Unfortunately, everything went well. Conte called me during the That was vital for my decision. When asked, he said, I know Arsenal made an offer, and I believe Chelsea made an offer, and I believe Arsenal also contacted Everton to ask about my situation, but Spurs came in and paid the fee. You know, it's as simple as that. So Spurs move faster. They're Arsenal and Chelsea's loss is Spurs' game. Well, I'm cool with Richarlison. I'm cool with Richarlison at Spurs. I'm happy with Jesus. That man got Shy Havertz in it. It's cool. And he said Everton had to sell some players to avoid a FFP problem, and the negotiations were very brief, to be honest. I signed the contract during my holiday in Brazil, which we did see. You know, that's cool. Cool story, bro. Arsenal in hotly contested race to sign Croatian midfielder. Arsenal in a hotly contested race to sign Croatian midfielder Lovo Miguel from Rennes. He's decent, but I don't believe it. Apparently, Arsenal face competition from Barcelona and Real Madrid to sign the Rennes midfielder people. And again, it's that same publication out of Spain. So again, I would take anything they say with a pinch of salt, people. The dream is free. The Arsenal is sold separately. He's highly rated, allegedly. He is quite decent. And, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We need midfielders. Speaking of midfielders, once again, United and Arsenal continue to monitor Milinkovic-Savic, people. That's according to this same publication, who claim Lazio are yet to reach an agreement with him over a new deal. He's contracted until 2024, and apparently PSG are interested. So is that where the bulk of these rumors have been invented? He's an easy one to link with these clubs. I don't think we're getting him in January. Maybe United, I don't know, but he's going to be cheaper. Maybe not in January, maybe summer of next year, but I don't know. He even says Tottenham a month ago were considering him, so he'll have admirers. Juventus remain keen on signing Gabriel, allegedly, people. Apparently, it was suggested Arsenal wanted at least 51 million for him. Fair enough, but we'd have to buy another bloody centre back. What's going on here? I mean, we was previously linked with Hazard. He's spoken on his Real Madrid situation at 31 years of age, unless we're paying a loan fee. I think that's a myth. When I play, I give my all. It's a delicate situation at Real Madrid. I feel like playing more, but I can't do more. I've always said the old Hazard will come back when he plays. I just need to get back into rhythm. Roberto Martinez claimed that it's sad that he's not playing, and he was previously linked with Arsenal, people. Good player, but the boat's passed for that. And you're 31, you'll start playing like you're 51 with us. What's this saying, people? Probably the same old nonsense. Cody Gakpo, you'd imagine there's something there. Saka's one player of the year for England. Maguire starting for England while Ben White's chilling at yard. Cool. We've already spoken about him. We've already spoken about that. Shout out Jesus. According to Paul Brown via Give Me Sport, Arsenal are willing to increase Saliba's wages in a bid to tie him down. That's typically what happens. Apparently, Cody Gakpo impressed playing for Holland. I never watched that, so I'll take you lot's word for it. So, yeah, and hopefully Odegaard and Cole are back for the North London derby, people. But beyond that, it doesn't appear like there's much. What's AFC stuff saying? So, yeah, fuck all of that, man. It doesn't seem like there's anything on social media, so we're just going to have to deal with it, people. It is what it is regarding that. So, yeah, man. That's that, where the rumors are concerned. Seeing he's a proper gent. Tottenham and huge cobbler in the same sentence. It's crazy, isn't it? The Premier League has been approached by the film company Box to Box Films behind Netflix hit program Formula Drive to Survive to propose a series of streaming platforms focusing on England's football's top flight. Why not bring that? Sooner saying he's got no beef with Grealish because of pussy. That's right. This is what Grealish did. Even though I don't want to praise Spurs, what Richarlison does on social media. These players need to start sending for duns. You know, on one hand, you should just ignore it and let them talk. But when you think they're chatting crap, get on to them, man. There's still a ton of scope with Martinelli. He's proven to be an excellent student, and his rate of improvement probably best in the squad. Even his English has improved massively. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Simple as that. For extra content, follow me on Twitch. Subscribe with Amazon Prime for free to support the channel. Twitch ones, one love in advance. So yeah, we just have to keep going, man. It's as simple as that. Let me spin the block for some more rumors if there is any. It's really slow news day. Really, really slow news day, people. There's nothing. Yeah, man, it's all long now, people. So yeah, I don't know. What's Goal.com saying? Forcing it. Right, Scott Parker could be going to Nice as gaffer. Fair enough. Fair enough. What's this article saying, people? Charles Watts. Arsenal's 2022-23 player rankings. Jesus flying, but Smith Rowe struggling. Grass is green. He's not been fit. And then 5 out of 10, he's been injured. Smith Rowe's been injured. We haven't been able to see much, but I'm not convincing Matt Turner. Holding's not been involved. It's bit of a harsh one for Ramsdale. I think he's been quite good. Tomiyasu's been injured. Marquinhos ain't really had an opportunity. I would say 5 out of 10 for Lokonga, really. Maybe even a 4. Unpopular opinion. I do think he's being scapegoated, but I really think he needs to make some significant progress, even against Brentford. If you go and watch the last embers of the game, if them offside flag calls are not given, there's issues. And, you're turning 23. I'm not asking you to be the finished article, but we need progress, or sometimes we need to know when to nip things in the bud. Tierney's doing his thing. I think it should be a 7. You saw how good he played. Fabio Vieira, his pre-season has just started, but fair enough. Saka 7. I'd say for Saka, you could say 7, but you could say 6 based on the expectations he set of himself. You can't say Eddie 7, really. You can't. That's Charles, you're chatting. Big up Eddie, but you can't. That's a 6 as well. Partey 6, because you can't stay fit. When there is good. Gabriel, I agree with that. Zinchenko, I agree with that. Odegaard, I agree with that. Martinelli, I agree. All right, Charles. Ben White, I agree. Xhaka, 8. But I agree. Well, I can't disagree with a 9. Jesus, both of them could have 8s. I think Jesus could have a lot more goals, but I can't disagree with 9s. Saliba, fair. All right, Charles. You did a get back. You did the first couple of them ones. I was thinking what's going on there, but that's the beauty of opinions. No one's right, no one's wrong. Martinelli gives me right. Man said right. Phillips. Robin Van Persie vibes when he was raw learning his trade. Nah, I hear that, but nah. Van Persie was a better. Martinelli's got skillers, but I do think Van Persie was a lot more polished. He just couldn't stay fit, man. Martinelli would be alright. You just needs to stay healthy. Drop that Chelsea or nothing. Apparently, Pepe signed new deal with City. Premise finished.